This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. My name is Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts that we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors postcast and the Locked On 49ers postcast. But tonight, man, the Giants finally got Logan Webb some run support as they beat the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2 at Oracle Park. Logan Webb was masterful yet again as he tossed 6 1/3 innings of shutout ball and tallied 6 strikeouts. Wilmer Flores delivered the big hit yet again for this Giants team in that 6th inning. They scored all 4 of their runs in that one frame. Last night, it was the Brewers with the big 6th inning that led them to a win. Tonight, it's the Giants that get it done in that 6th inning. And there was some drama later in this one. In that 9th inning, as Ryan Walker couldn't seal the deal yet again. Is this a thing we got to worry about now? Oh, no. It got roughed up in that final frame, gave up a couple runs, and also put the tying run in scoring position. But Camilo Doval, the steady hand to get the Giants out of it, and the defense bounced back tonight as well after making several mistakes last night. We'll break it all down, but first I want to thank all of you for watching on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for tuning in on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate you listening, watching, however you're ingesting the show. We appreciate it. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. In this one, I mean, both teams were kind of cruising, both pitchers, Peralta and Webb. It was an absolute pitcher's duel all the way up until that 6th inning. And that's not to say that Webby did not have some runners on base to deal with, because he had runners on base to deal with damn near this whole game. I mean, Webb getting out of a lot of jams in this one. I mean, there was only a few innings that he had where he didn't really have to deal with base runners. Early on in this one, he gave up a single and a walk, so he had 2 runners on in that 1st inning. He ended up having the bases loaded in that 2nd inning before he got a Jackson Churio strikeout. I mean, then he had a couple calm innings. 3rd and 4th were pretty calm, same with the 5th. But then that 6th inning got a little wonky too. He had a runner on first, and after a single to right field, man, Mike Yastrzemski fired an absolute bullet to 3rd base to get William Contreras on the throw. I mean, just an absolute missile from Mike Yastrzemski. And people, I've been saying this all year long, people want to say Mike Yastrzemski is not a great 3rd outfielder to have. Look at what he did tonight. Even though he did not have the best night at the dish, he went 0 for 4, didn't get on base a single time. But the defense is there, man. Without that play, that's a very different inning. So the Giants get bailed out by Mike Yastrzemski on that one. Logan Webb loved the play. And then also in that 6th inning, you had Christian Koss make a great defensive play at second to get the Rhys Hoskins out for the final out of the inning. Those were huge, huge, huge plays in this one to keep the score 0-0 and keep Logan Webb out there on the mound. He was able to come out and attempt to pitch that next inning, but didn't quite last very long. But that didn't matter because the Giants already had given him 4 runs of support by the time that they got into that top of the 7th. And it all started with a Willy Adames line drive to center field. And I mean, he didn't, it's just a single. He didn't, hit a 15-run bomb that everyone seems to be wanting from Willy Adames in order to justify the contract that he gave, or that the Giants gave him this offseason. It's almost like Giants fans want this guy to hit, like I said, like a 15-run homer or something to give him some credit. But all he's got to do is do what he did tonight, man. I mean, Adames did have that one hit. He was 1 for 4 tonight. Again, you'd like to see that be a little better. Made a great play out there at short, but this is a guy who's notoriously started a little slow. But in that 6th inning, the bottom of the 6th, he sets the table with that single. Then a Jung-Hoo Lee single puts runners at 1st and 2nd, and then a Matt Chapman walk loads the bases. Freddie Peralta's day is done. They go to the bullpen, and the first guy at the dish to face the bullpen is Wilmer Flores, which brings me to tonight's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And Wilmer Flores, with 2 strikes on him, gets a breaking ball that started in the strike zone and fell out of the bottom of it. And so he had to swing. It was close enough to the zone that he really could not leave that bat on his shoulder. Goes down and just plunks it right into center field. Like, he put no lower half into that swing at all. Just all arms, but he made contact. He got the barrel of the bat to the ball, did not hit it very hard at all, but hard enough to squeak it back up through the middle and allow 2 runs to score and get the Giants on the board. Then a ground ball from Lamont Wade Jr. eats up Bryce Terang, and another run scores. So the Giants go up 3-0. And then another ground ball to Ortiz. Ortiz has a bad throw over to first after the Christian Koss ground ball, but they did give Koss a hit on that one. I'm going to say that that's a little bit generous because I think Koss would have been out had that throw been on the money, although it would have been close. Koss really put the pressure on with that speed that he's got. And so at the end of the inning, the Giants are up 4-0, and it's the Brewers who are making bonehead plays in the field, and the Giants coming up with a big hit in the inning. Wilmer Flores continues to get it done. Webby goes back out there for the 7th, allowed a single, gave up a walk with nobody out, put Webb back into some hot water. He gets the next batter out for the first out of the inning, but then with the lefty coming up, that was it for him. Went to Eric Miller in the pen. Miller was able to get out of the inning without any more damage or any damage at all in the inning. So Webb doesn't get charged for any of those runs those potential runs. Those runners on base don't score. So Webb finishes this one 6 1/3 innings, 106 pitches, and we're going to go ahead and give him tonight's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Webby was really good tonight, man. 106 pitches, 72 of them for strikes, man. He was pounding that strike zone as Logan Webb usually does. He had 8 groundouts and 2 flyouts. So, I mean, he's just out there getting ground balls like he normally does. Led the league in that last year. Had 6 strikeouts. He also gave up 6 hits and 3 walks. So he had runners on base all throughout this game. But like I said, Logan Webb dancing around those runners on base masterfully. This is something that he's done pretty much all throughout his career. I feel like Webby is so rock steady. Doesn't matter if he's out of the stretch or out of the windup. He is solid out there on the bump. And he got out of this one without any damage yet again. Webb has been pitching so well to start this season. I mean, his ERA is down below 2 now. I mean, he has just been so dominant. And it's funny because the rest of the Giants starting pitchers, their team ERA is not very low for their starting pitchers, and Webb is just doing the most out there to carry this starting staff. I mean, he has been so good. The ace of this staff. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever disputed that, but it's just been very refreshing every time we get a Logan Webb start. I just feel like I breathe a sigh of relief because I don't have to worry about the starter giving up 6 runs before the Giants can try to respond or have to make up a huge deficit. Logan Webb out there is the most steadying force on this team. He's the best baseball player on this team. We talk about Jung Hoo Lee a lot because he plays every day as being the best player on this Giants team, but it's Logan Webb, man. Logan Webb is so dominant. I expect him to be in the mix for the Cy Young this year in the National League. I've said before on this show that I really do think it's Paul Skeen's award to lose, not just because he's dominant, but also because of the hype train that follows him around, Livy Dunn, all that nonsense. So Logan Webb doesn't need any of the frills, man. He's just coming out here getting ground balls and pitching the old-fashioned way where he's eating innings, 100-plus pitches almost every time he goes out there. And just a ground ball machine. He doesn't need to have all the fancy strikeout numbers. He doesn't need to have too much other than just I'm going to go out there and you're going to see the ball. You're going to hit the ball and it's not going to go very far. I'm going to let you hit this pitch, but it's going to go right to one of my guys. It's going to go right to Matt Chapman or Willie Adames. And you're going to go sit your butt down in the dugout. And that's going to be that. And that's exactly the mentality that I love in a starting pitcher. He's an absolute bulldog. He's not afraid of any situation. I love me some Logan Webb games, and it's so much better when the Giants actually score runs in a Logan Webb start. And I think that's what you're going to be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
What you'll be talking about is, like I said, the Giants finally gave Logan.
This is what you'll be talking about.
That's my mistake. My thumb just accidentally hit my enter button and hit that sounder twice. I apologize, guys. I produce my own show here, so every now and again we get a little bit of weird stuff happening. Hand up in the air, my mistake. As I was saying, I think you're going to be talking about Logan Webb finally getting some damn run support, because that is such a rarity, and it shouldn't really be that much of a rarity. But man, when he is on the mound, it's rough for the Giants to score. His 35 starts since 2022, in which the Giants have scored 2 runs or fewer in the game, are tied for the third most such games in Major League Baseball over that span. I mean, and when he was out there last time, remember, he had double-digit strikeouts. He's had 9 of those games with double-digit strikeouts. In those games, the Giants average barely 2 runs a game. I mean, that's insane. Like, you got a guy out there who's just absolutely dealing, and you can't even get him more than 2 runs. And also, Giants are 5-4 in those 9 games, which is absolutely wild. That they should be 9-0 in those games. But hey, they've struggled to get Logan Webb some run support in the past. Tonight, they basically double the run support that they usually give him when he's dominant on the mound. And thank God, because the Giants really needed this win. They've been kind of teetering on the verge of heading down a slump. They were 2-4 in their last 6 coming into this one, and now they've given themselves a chance to win this series 3-1 if they go out there and win tomorrow. So Logan Webb did the most tonight, getting the Giants a chance to win this series. And I like that even though the Giants have lost 1 series so far this year, that they're still, it came down to the rubber match. The Angels had to walk them off in that final game of the series in order to pull out that series win. The Giants are putting themselves in a position to win every single series that they played in so far. You got it like that about this team. It's very different than what we saw last year from the Giants. So I'm happy with the result tonight, but I am a little worried. I mean, maybe worried. I don't know, man. Are we worried about Ryan Walker? Let's break all that down next. And 9th inning was rough for Ryan Walker. We'll get into that on the other side of the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is sponsored by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site that's made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is jam-packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5, that's SH5, for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. And today's show is also sponsored by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better-for-you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days, whether I'm snacking on my desk, on a road trip, out at Oracle Park, or just need a quick protein boost. They're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are a classic favorite as well. The fact that Wonderful Pistachios is a complete protein and provides all 9 essential amino acids. I mean, what else do you really need if you're getting all that nutrition from such a compact little snack? These little green wonders pack a huge protein punch. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com and learn more. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight the Giants get it done. They win 4-2. Logan Webb has a great day. Wilmer Flores delivers at the dish again. But the one thing that didn't really go the Giants' way tonight is Ryan Walker. And I mean, it's very interesting. I'm taking a look at the chat, and my guy DG, one of our everydayers, says Tranquilo Camilo is claiming his spot back. And we got Reed, another one of our everydayers, saying Camilo won't get the 9th back. Him and Walker will both close games. So, I get our guy Bob Bob Sachs, another everydayer. We got a lot of you guys in the chat today. Walker needs a break. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. All these different reactions. And we got Michael in the chat saying, trade Ryan Walker. He's a liability. So, I mean, we got all sorts of wide-ranging reactions here. Let's start with this. We should not trade Ryan Walker. The Giants should absolutely not do that. Ryan Walker has blown exactly 2 saves in his career. They were his last 2 saves. I get that. But calling for this guy to be traded is absolutely recency bias. This is a marathon, not a sprint. This is MLB, not the NFL, where every single game can determine your playoff positioning. No playoffs will be determined based on an April Wednesday night game. I'll just tell you that right now. But it is a little bit concerning to me that Ryan Walker has been seeming a little rattled out there. I mean, he gave up a hit right away to the Brewers. And not only that, but he plunked another guy today. I mean, that was an issue we saw in the Angels game that he blew that lead on in that he ended up taking that loss. And tonight, got to credit Bob Melvin a little bit for not leaving Walker out there after he hit that guy and it started to spiral out there. Bob went and got Camilo and brought him in from the bullpen. And we also got to credit Camilo himself, because this is a guy who's been really struggling in these high leverage situations. He's been slowly building back. His last couple outings, he's been pretty electric. And tonight he gets a shot in that 9th inning, save opportunity for Camilo, and he delivers. He had the tying run on second base and only 1 out. So, I mean, he had a very stressful situation to come in and work with. He did get a strikeout, but Ryan Walker just gets 1 out and gives up 3 hits, a couple earned runs, and had that hit batsman as well. So it just was not very good for Ryan Walker out there today. The 1 hit that he gave up to give the Brewers those 2 runs was a ground rule double by Bryce Terang, who is having a very good series for the Brewers, probably their best hitter in this series against the Giants. I'm not saying he's the best hitter on their team, but for this series, in this 3-game stretch, he has been doing the most damage to the Giants of all these Brewers batters. So it was a bad situation for the Giants. You had a guy, 2 guys going in 2 different directions, right? Ryan Walker spiraling downward, and Bryce Terang really feeling himself up there at the dish. And it was a tough situation for the Giants to be in, but I do credit Bob Melvin for going to Camilo Doval. And it's not like he had the bottom of the order. He got Jackson Chourio to strike out swinging, and he got a Christian Yelich ground out. And Yelich has been having a really, really good season so far this year. I know, because he's on my fantasy baseball team and he's been great for me. But for this series and any other time that the Giants play the Brewers this year, I definitely am not rooting for Christian Yelich to perform very well. But today, Jackson Chourio also struck out 3 times. Logan Webb got a couple strikeouts against him. 0 for 5 for Chourio and 0 for 4 for Yelich. So Giants pitchers doing a really good job neutralizing those 2 batters in the Brewers order. But Terang at the top of the order, 3 for 5 today with a couple of RBIs. He's batting .350 this year, so he's having himself a season so far. And the highest batting average on the entire Brewers roster, if I'm reading this right. And the Giants, I credit Bob Melvin, really, because pulling Ryan Walker for Camilo Doval in a situation like that takes some cojones, man. And I'm glad he did it. Camilo Doval delivered, and we'll see what happens with that 9th inning spot. I do tend to think that my guy, I think it was DG who said it. No, it was Reed, our guy Reed. I'm gonna throw his comment back up here. Camilo won't get the 9th back. Him and Walker will both close games. I really do think that is what's going to happen going forward. I think this is going to be kind of a closer by committee situation for the Giants, and whoever's hot, they're going to get the shot. So the Giants have a lot of options that they can go to at the in the 9th inning. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I know the Giants love bringing Randy Rodriguez in the middle of innings when you got traffic on the bases, and he's been so good in those situations that you maybe don't want to move him out of that role. But he's a very good option to close games for this team. He has absolutely electric stuff. I mean, closer type material. I think he could be an option for the Giants to turn to. And also Eric Miller. He's been very good for the Giants, very steady. I think these are both options that if for some reason the wheels completely fall off of both Walker and Doval, you got other guys you can turn to in this bullpen, because it has been so sharp this year. One of the best bullpens in all of baseball, and they showed again today that they can recover from some mishaps. So the Giants get a win. They move to 16-9 on the season. And that's about all the time that we got for you guys today on the Locked On Giants postcast, because we got a Locked On Warriors postcast to do. That one just went final. I am heated about the way that game went. Go on over to the Locked On Sports San Francisco YouTube channel. We'll be going live there in just a couple minutes, or check it out on the Locked On Warriors podcast page, wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be coming to you live tomorrow as the Giants hopefully take the series against the Brewers, have a chance to win this one 3-1 at Oracle Park. We'll be coming to you live, as we always do, on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.